Hello everyone and welcome to Best Side Cycling. As all you know, the Seattle Waterfront bike lanes are officially open, but to follow up on it, there's actually a few projects that are coming online in the coming months, one of which we'll showcase today are these new Bell Street bike lanes. As a network is really as good as its gaps, so this is a really crucial point of seeing our bike network coming together. So I'm going to go over that all in deep detail, so let's get right into it. So we're here at Bell Street and 8th Avenue heading southbound, and we're starting a little further back just to give you the wider context because the actual changes happens on just about a block and a half, but it's much more significant to see the surroundings and everything. So first thing I want to say is that thank you Chris for providing all this footage that we're using today. It really is a big help as I can't be everywhere at once. So getting back into it, Bell Street is definitely one of the main north-south connections between South Lake Union and downtown. This whole street has been revamped since I moved here in late 2016. Now it's a one-way with this cycle track, and then up ahead we'll see a lot of the healthy streets. And as you go along here, there's gonna be a lot of the different connection points, the main sort of lanes through downtown 2nd and 4th Avenue, or here right through Amazon campus. So I would definitely say on the west side of downtown, these are some of the most important bike lanes and really good ones to know. And yeah, what the changes we'll see today is basically extending this corridor by a couple blocks and giving you a direct way to access the waterfront. So here we're into that healthy street type of section. It is sort of confusing at first as we cross over 5th there with the monorail tracks. Basically, these areas are sort of more or less local access, and then here we're using the pedestrian signals to get across each intersection. So sometimes you might have to hit a button or something like that, but another Easter egg that is cool to see. It's really small on screen, but there was some soccer ball / bicycle wayfinding on the ground, and that is for all the upcoming soccer events and letting people connect using the line bikes or scooters from Lumen Field all the way to Ballard at the other venue. But as we go in here, we are getting close to the new changes. We are now passing 2nd, and this is where most people stop. This is probably where Bell Street just sort of, there wasn't really much to go beyond, but now as we sort of cut over to 1st, you're going to see a couple things right away. Here we see a contraflow bicycle lane facing towards us, still with temporary sort of markings, and then we can also see on the ground they're sort of preparing this intersection for more sort of work. But yeah, going through this intersection now, there's a do not enter except bicycles, and we have these new bike lanes. It's not much, it's a cycle track, it's a decent downhill, but getting across here, you're gonna get right now to this section here. And what's interesting is that these bike lanes sort of coming from our left side are one directional. Many people would point out, and accurately so, if you wanted to go directly to the waterfront, it might be closer and faster to somehow get to the sidewalk on the far left and then head onto the Elliott Way bike lanes. But as they are designed here with these bike signals, you would continue all the way down till you get to Elliott Avenue before you continue on your way. And then noted by the signage, I believe car traffic basically ends here, and it's just going to be bikes going down and cars potentially coming up from the other side. So yeah, I really do like all the new intersections we have in general because they all have no turn on red, which this car unfortunately did not follow. That's just something you'll see all over Seattle. Any sort of new intersection generally gets this new treatment. And then we see there's this yield now on right turns, but then soon I think that will change to red, and then now we have the bikes with an explicit forward movement as well as the pedestrians. So this is the second half of the bike lane changes, getting you from Western down to Elliott Avenue. And then I covered these bike lanes before, but yeah, there's basically two major east-west bike lanes. These ones are on Elliott Avenue, which will bring you onto Elliott Way and then slow downhill into the waterfront, and the ones leaving from Elliott Way on the northbound side, which connect onto Western Avenue and then all the way deep into Belltown. So you can tell that this path definitely is a little bit longer than what I just suggested before, in terms of maybe just taking the crosswalk and then connecting directly up to the bike lanes that we are going to here, because you don't need to go down this hill. So that is an interesting design choice, but overall it does, I feel like it really completes like this Bell Street corridor. And then now, yeah, all the way from South Lake Union, you basically touch to the waterfront, and you're just on your merry way now. So if you enjoyed this video so far, don't forget to roll the like button, subscribe. I have a ton of videos coming up. There is a lot of cool projects that are coming in this fall and the end of this summer, so you don't want to miss it. And yeah, if you are super appreciative, I also have a buy me coffee link too. But anyway, I want to show the reverse direction. So this is emulating you leaving the waterfront using the Elliott Way bike lanes. So you're on the north side heading westbound through this pretty confusing intersection, but there is some nice off-street treatment here, and then soon you're gonna make it onto Bell Street again after sort of dodging the cars that are in the lanes. But with that, you're gonna be sort of in the middle section of these new improvements, so you're only connecting here from Western onto First basically. So it's just gonna be one block that you're going to have to climb up. As we take a deeper look, there is still some ongoing construction for sure, with around, looks like mainly in regards to the landscaping, but I imagine them to follow up really soon. But hope this video gave you a really good sense of these new bike lanes and how they can be used. Let me know in comments below. Would you use them? What do you think of the design? What are you looking forward to next? And yeah, that's all I had in this video, so I'll see you all in the next one real soon.